Hey everybody, my name is Grimace. You're watching a special Christmas Eve version of The Bespoke Woodsman. Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate. This channel talks about hiking, backpacking gear. If those kinds of things interest you, please click subscribe. Please click the notification bell. Would love to have you along and share my videos with you. When I started this channel, I didn't know that I was going to be creating a YouTube channel. I wasn't really trying to get a following going. I wasn't really trying to do anything more than just have a place where I could share my hikes with my friends, with my family, with people who love me, my coworkers, which it has done, and that's been really nice. But you'll notice that I don't do a lot of talking head videos like this. I've done a couple, but I feel really uncomfortable doing this. If you watch a lot of backpacking YouTubers, and yes, there are a lot of backpacking YouTubers, which if you don't watch them, do yourself a favor, check out Amy Rout, check out Backcountry Exposure, check out Wild on the Trail, check out Mask Hikes, check out Leibold Adventures. There's just some really good channels out there. Jupiter Hikes is probably my favorite, actually. There are some really good channels where you can get a lot of knowledge, you can get a lot of entertainment. Jeremiah Stringer, that's a very entertaining channel. And just, gather a lot of community, which is one thing I really like, and one thing that I look forward to is everyone's new videos. I learn a lot. I don't feel like I have as much to offer in that way, just because I'm pretty new to backpacking, to be honest with you. I went on a few trips before this year, but this year was my big, sort of jump into real backpacking. I'd have maybe a trip a year that didn't really go that well, or there was always an issue. I've done some longer trips in my past, but I didn't really have a lot of skills. I didn't really have a lot of experience, so I didn't feel like I was necessarily a guy who could teach people how to backpack. That said, in 2019, I made a real promise to myself. I went out last Thanksgiving 2018, on what was supposed to be an 8-day hike through Sequoia National Park, and it didn't go according to plan. And a lot of that was just because I didn't have the experience. First of all, 8 days was way too ambitious. But even when we tried to turn it into a 4-day trip and we tried to scramble, I had friends bail on me. I had a lot of things happen that made it really not an ideal trip. And so coming into 2019, one of the reasons I started this channel was to kind of keep myself accountable to get out at least once a month on an overnight hike. That was my goal for 2019, and I accomplished that. Every month from April until November, I got out at least once a month for an overnight hike. I saw a lot of places I'd never been. I put a lot of miles on the trail. I learned a ton. And even though I still don't really feel confident necessarily teaching people, I've done a ton of research. I now have some miles logged. I've made a lot of mistakes, so I do feel a bit more comfortable with that aspect of it. So I thought about, well, that was my goal for 2019. What should be my goal for 2020? We're almost at the new year. Maybe I should be doing this video next week, but we're almost at the new year. And I thought, what better time to sort of figure out my goals for 2020 and share them in a way to keep myself accountable. So then, my 5 goals for 2020 in hiking and backpacking. Number 1, I want to continue to improve my skills and my knowledge. Part of that will be making these kinds of videos where I do show you things, and will be to kind of help me learn also. So just know, if you see one of my videos in the future, I'm not coming from a place of expertise. I'm coming as someone like you who is just trying to learn these things and just trying new things and sort of experimenting and wrapping my head around things. So number 1 is improve skills and knowledge. That may be as far as I may be updating my cook system, campsite selection. If you saw my Catalina hike, then you know that my campsite selection skills need work. I just bought a new single wall tent, a Tarp Tent Pro Trail, so I'm going to have to learn how to pitch that. I'm going to have to learn a lot of new things that are going to push me out of my comfort zone, which I'm really excited about, and I'm hoping to share with you. My number 2 goal for 2020 is actually just hiking in more state and national parks. This year I got out to state forests a lot. I don't think I did a single national or state park, although I think I'm going to be doing just a couple of day hikes in Joshua Tree pretty soon. But I didn't get out to Sequoia. I didn't get out to Grand Canyon. I did go to Badlands actually in July, now that I think about it. But that was just day hiking. So I haven't slept in a national or state park, I think, all year. So that's something I really want to do. I really want to like just expand my my borders. It's really easy in Los Angeles because we're just a couple hours from, Angeles National Forest, from the San Gorgonio, from the San Bernardino Mountains, from Los Padres National Forest. We've got a sort of an abundance, but I just want to kind of get out and just explore more areas in 2020. Number 3 is sort of interesting to me because I never saw myself being this sort of guy, but my number 3 goal for 2020 is actually going to be to grow my channel. Pretty modest. I'm just looking at if I can have 100 subscribers by December 31st, 2020, I feel like that will be a success for me. 100 subscribers. This seems very infinitesimal. I feel like I have like 12 to 15 already. Most of them are friends and family, but that counts. So yeah, I think that's going to be my goal for 2020 is 100 subscribers by the end of the year. My number 4 goal for 2020 should probably be my number 1 goal, but it's fitness. I have to increase my fitness. I have to improve my fitness. I'll be turning 43 this year. I'm not in great shape. A couple of years ago, I lost 50 pounds, and I think I got pretty complacent with that. But I can really feel it, especially on these more ambitious hikes like San Gorgonio and like mountains and longer hikes. Part of that is my ankle strength. I'm actually going to a podiatrist today. Well, I went the day I'm recording it, which is yesterday. So I went on the 23rd to a podiatrist. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. If there are treatment options, if there's something that needs done, because it's proven to be a real problem. And I want to do larger hikes and more ambitious hikes. And I want to I want to lose weight. So my goal is 30 pounds weight loss. It's super manageable. I've got 53 weeks to do it. So by the end of the year, let's say 30 pounds lost. It should be very doable. I just need to be very diligent because I've got a sweet tooth that I didn't grow up with. I grew up not really liking sweets, but I sure like them now. So the cookie breakfasts have got to stop. And just I've got to increase my fitness. And then the number 5 is actually my number 5 goal for 2020 is to hike with friends more. I got into a situation early this year in April. I was trying to arrange a trip for my birthday, and I had like 5 friends lined up, and just one by one they would drop out. And I didn't want to scramble to like figure out planning and figure out that. I tried to do a hike in May and just like everyone's schedule. And so I just got discouraged, and I just told myself, because my goal was to get out for an overnight once a month, that like I'm just gonna go. And if someone mentions, hey, I'd love to go hiking, I'll tell them about it, and they can come or they can not come. That's up to them, but I'm gonna go. I still want to do that, but I do want to get more friends out with me. It's interesting when I watch a lot of other hiking channels, because they'll talk about how rare a solo trip is for them, whereas for me, I just go out because I'm kind of the only person I can depend on as far as that goes. So that's my big goal this year, is I really want to have, let's say just as to have a goal, 3 overnight trips with friends. I've upgraded my kit at least twice just in the last year, so I can actually outfit more or less 2 whole people. So whether that means inviting current friends and making it stick, or if that means making new friends who are backpacking friends, which is not easy for me. So let's say 3 overnight hikes with friends. The other part of that is my style of backpacking is a lot of miles, not necessarily a lot of camping. So it's hard to find people who sort of match that stylistically, unless they're like avid hikers. So I think joining a group or something like that might be the way to accomplish that. Those are my 5 goals for 2020. If you like this video, if you found some value in it, please click a thumbs up. If you didn't, please click thumbs down. And in the comments, why don't you tell me what your goals are for 2020, for the 2020 hiking season, or just for life in 2020. I've got a lot of really cool life things happening too. On January 1st, officially, I will be a partner at my business, so that's very exciting. I've got just a lot of nice things happening. So I would love to hear what you've got going on, what you're planning for 2020. If you don't see me again, I think I'm going to do a video next week, but if you don't, Happy New Year. And either way, you know what? Let's do this again sometime.